Hi, it's Mrs. Stitches or Sheila. Today's date, I believe, is January 22nd, 2025. I hope so. It is a Wednesday, and this is Flosstube number 82. Wow, I didn't get what I thought I was going to get done, but I did get some things that I planned to get done. So I have 2 FFOs, I have 2 finishes, I have 1 24-hour mega stitch-a-thon. Do I have anything else? I have a couple of whips, or some whips, not as many because of all that other stuff. And I'll show you what's upcoming a little bit, some plans. Okay, so I'm still sticking with my 2025. I just didn't get much done on my 2025 this week. That is okay. We'll see what the next week holds. So I got a board here, and I'm going to try and follow the board so that I know. So the weather here has been snowy. We've been, having quite a few snowstorms, and it's cold. Not as cold as some other places, but we're still a high of -8 or -10. And where we live, there is a big wind. I think it was gusting up to 80 or 90 km/h one of the days, and it was just, it's cold. It's cold. I haven't actually gone out for fear of ice and slipping and everything. So the last 2 days I've been in the house. My husband goes out and walks our dog, and I've just been staying home. So we'll see. He's off on a road trip today to go pick up some medicine for Olive, and so we'll see. Maybe today's an actual sunny day. I think it's supposed to start snowing again tonight, so we'll just see. I'll get out when I get out. The spring will come. It's all right. It's all good. Okay, so first I'm going to show you. I got lots to show you here. So I had my whip. All my whips I am hitting for 2,025 stitches. Then I also have my 12x12s, which were the ones I started on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and all of those I'm doing multiple times with 2,025 stitches. I picked them out of a hat. So first we'll start off with the whip for this week. This was the one I was working on last week. I finally got the box, brought it up, remembered. This is a Lenardi kit. This is actually a Marjolaine Baston is the artist, and this is called Heart of Flowers. I started this initially with stitching at the cabin. She had a stitch along, I think it was called Lots of Love and Kisses, for her mother who was starting chemotherapy. And Julie, just put out a whip parade, which there's a whole lot of love and stitches to see there. So go check her out. She's always one of my favorites. I watch her all the time. Anyways, this is Heart of Flowers by that I started as a stitch along. That was probably a couple years back. I had won that at Stitch North. And so I got 2,025 stitches in it. So now I had the box stored away because it doesn't fit in my project bag. So I don't often see it. Sorry, it is not, let's use the box. It is not ironed. I do not iron. So I used to, but. So what did I work on? Well, I worked on a lot. It was all over here. So I did this whole thing. And then I was mostly working on, I think I did all of that and down here and going along there. So after I did this, like I said, I don't look at the box. I noticed this strange purple here. So that's like a blue flower, but there was an odd purple, and I went, did I mess up? Or sometimes the pattern actually messes up. So every once in a while, even if you did the correct called for, sometimes it's good to look at the picture because sometimes they've done a mistake. I mean, mistakes happen. So that just didn't look right to me. But where'd the box go? Where did the box go? Well, how can that happen that it just disappeared? Oh, it's in my lap. Because I'm using it as the thing. Oh my God. So if you look at the box, sure enough, there's purple right there. It's an odd thing, but it is there. So I did not mess up, bottom line. So that is 2025 stitches into my Heart of Flowers. I still have a long ways to go. I do not even think I'm halfway because I got long ways to go. So that's one thing I'm learning with this 2025 is you can look at something and think, oh, no problem. I'm almost done. When you actually do it, because I normally don't count my stitches on this as a paper pattern, I realize, ooh, yeah, no, I got a long ways to go. So it will be a multi-year project. So there you go. I'll put that one away. And it will come out again if I get through. I did count out my projects. And so if I'm trying to aim for one a week. And if I do get through them all and they're still left in the year, and I might carry this on next year too, I will go back to the start again. But I've counted them out and I got 42. So, and I'm actually ahead of one a week right now. We are, oh, I can see my, today's the 22nd, not the 21st. Okay. We are in the third week. We just had 3 weeks of January, and that was my fourth one. So I'm a little bit ahead of the game, but that's good. It's all good. Okay, so what's next on my list? Next on my list is Bird Nerd. So Bird Nerd was part of my 12 by 12. I got them all the 12 that I started in a hat, and I picked out 3 to work on this week. And I do them in the order that I picked them. And so Bird Nerd was the first one. So I didn't get very far on my 12 by 12 2025s. I think I only got about 500 stitches in it right now. This is by Boomerang Stitches. She's got some great patterns on Etsy. It's just amazing. She's part of Hathaway Stitchers. I can't remember her first name. I should have looked that up beforehand, but amazing patterns, really, really cool stuff. Check her out on Etsy. But anyways, that's the start of my bird. So I still have about 1,500 more stitches to go in this. So I'll be working on this today. And I won't bother showing you the other ones because I haven't touched them. But the other ones is one of the Quaker flags from Visters for the New Brunswick provincial flag. And so I'll be working on that next. And then the other one is, I think it's my Halloween, Whimsical Halloween, which is a big full coverage freebie but from Hate. So those hopefully will get worked on this week. So we're not drawing anything. So I think I'll have enough to do me this week. Hopefully I'll get it done by next week. Okay, next, like I said, there were some snow days. So you may have seen I did an extra on how to do the smoke of the Christmas Panda Moves. I finished Jimmy. So this is a kit. Now, if you have this, let me know. I'm just curious how many people have this. This is the Christmas Panda Moves. The instructions are really, really poor. They're very generic. They've been made for almost all their kits. They're not even specific to the kit. And so there is no talk of how to do the smoke. So it came in a big, huge bundle like this. And so I thought, because I spent some time searching the internet to see if I could find any explanation. And so on Friday, we had a really big snow day. It was, we had a couple of big snow days, and I thought, I'm going to just finish Jimmy. He deserves a finish. So I think I finished him on Monday, but I got all the stitching done and all the beading done. So here is Jimmy. Now, I'm going to just put a few extra stitches in, but to make the smoke a bit better. I personally think, and my husband said this, you could actually just go without doing the smoke. I think it was really pretty with just the beads of the Christmas lights. I'm going to just bring it closer for you to see. So there's all the Christmas lights there, Christmas lights around the house, Christmas lights around the house. There's his face. The back stitching took a long time. It was a bit of a pain. It almost looked like I hadn't done the back stitching on this side, but I just did it so close to his body. It is there. And then we got the smoke up there and smoke over here. I think the way I did the smoke, like I said, you can watch my tutorial. I think I might just throw a few more extra stitches in, but essentially I stitched it from the back. And you can see this one I anchored really well. I went all the way up and down, and I didn't with the other one, so I think I might go back and do those because then it's on both sides of the smoke. But that is Jimmy. Not quite sure how I'll finish him. Haven't figured that out yet, but that is Jimmy. Yay! Finally, we say bye-bye, Jimmy. Bye-bye. You might see him again when he's full FFO'd, but for now, bye-bye, Jimmy. I won't show you after I've done a little extra anchoring. That's just a little side thing. It won't show the difference. Okay, next was on Thursday night. I saw on Facebook, because I'm in the Facebook group of 24 Hours of Cross Stitch, that there was a 24 Hours of Cross Stitch weekend that weekend. I had not been paying attention and went, oh. Now, I have done a lot of 24 Hours of Cross Stitch. I think I've done around 16. I've done it probably about 6 or 7 where I've just done consecutively, like you start at an hour and you just work a 24-hour clock. Getting older, that's a bit harder to do. Sometimes I'll have like little 15-minute cat naps in between. I've done where I've counted the hours, where I've set a certain number of projects and I set a certain number of hours on each project. I like that method. I did one where I would do 100 stitches an hour and then I got to rest in between and tried to go as long as I could on that. That was interesting. But I have a project. It's the very first project I ever started, or first Haid. It may not have been the first project, but the first Haid is Tempest Fusion by James C. Christensen. And I know I started it in 2018, I want to say. I want to get it done. I want to get it done. So I decided. Oh, just a second. There we go. Okay. I decided that my husband came up with a suggestion to, he first said, why don't you just put 25 stitches in it? And then I thought, no, as I started, because it does go fairly fast, it's on 18 count, I did 1,000 stitches each day. It was approximately 8 hours. It may have been a little bit less, but I was stitching all day long anyway. So I stitched well over 24 hours that week, and I do all the time. But I put in 1,000 each day. So I got 3,000. I did a few extra. I got 3,018 stitches, which brings me to 67,654 stitches done on 126,350. It's kind of sketchy, that number, because I didn't do my margins correctly, so I've had to crop it. I'm at 53.54%. So that was great, getting a big chunk done. And then we came up with the idea, what if each week I put 1,000 stitches on it before the next Flosstube? So each week it's going to be a focus on a finish. I can finish this year. I will work on it each 24 hours of cross stitch. I might also work on it when there's the time zone changes. And for those that don't know, Tempest Fusion means time flies in Latin. And I will work on it each week, put 1,000 in. So I worked all in this area of the cues now. So before, I know you haven't seen it in a long time. You haven't seen it since the whip parade, but the watch was kind of partially done. It is now fully complete. And I think I was way up here in the in the wallpaper. And so I came all the way down here. And then there's a, what do you call it? Like a wainscoting starting. So it's going to be like a chair rail almost. And then it's wainscoting coming down. Now I have an issue. So like I said, I didn't do my borders correctly. I'm going to just pop it out of the Q snap and show you what I got. Like I said, it was really good working on it. What I did was I stitched other things during the morning. And then when it came to noon hour 1, 3, I would just start stitching till I got 1,000 stitches done. Mostly finished before midnight. I finished around, I think one night I finished at 9. Other ones it was closer to like 10:30 or 11. Okay, so this was my original margin. I thought 3 inches, 3 inches. And then what I had done was I'd only added, whatever the size was, I'd only added 3 inches. So when I started getting over here, I'm like, I'm running out of space. So this actually would have been twice as long as it is. But there we go. This is, you can't really see him. Okay. This is Tempest Fusion. Now, the problem is coming down, I'm not going to have enough. It is actually going to cut off right as his ankles. So I am going to try to sew some more fabric on. I watched a video. I'm going to make it as an extra tutorial video to see if it works out. Because again, I searched for videos and I couldn't find any. I did find one by Needlebug where she's stitching linen together, which works really well because then you actually were able to stitch across the seam. And this might be a little bit hard because you're going to have to go through fabric on the back. But I have a plan. I'm going to try it and we'll see how it works. And if it doesn't work, then I'll have a part 2. I'll try something else. So I'm going to probably do that next or soon. I might try a little bit each time. So first I got to find a piece of 18 count. And this one, it feels really, it's super soft, but it feels thick too. So I'm not sure if the Ada that I've gotten later on is cheaper or what, or different, or if it's changed. But anyways, I'll see what I got. I think I just need to, and I'll have to figure out how much I want to add. I'm going to err on extra. I can actually count down to see where I'm at. And so that's probably what I'll do. And then count how many, and then just add a good 3 inches or 4 inches or 5 inches extra. So that's Tempest Fusion. You'll see 1,000 more stitches next week. Hopefully, if I keep on track on this. Okay. What's next on my list? Let's see. Oh, my FFOs. I haven't shown you my FFOs. Okay, so first FFO. Where's my other one? I have to find my other one. Where did I put my other one? It's small. It's just a card. There it is. Okay, I'll show you my first one. This is Christmas card that I'm going to send to my aunt, and I will probably send it out this week. But this was, you remember me stitching this, so that's Christmas blessings. It's a Joan Elliott design, and I won this from Karen at KEB Studio Creations. Please go to subscribe to her. She's trying to get 400 subscribers before her 40th birthday, and she is getting close. So I know I have 700 subscribers, so I know all of you haven't subscribed to her, but I know lots of you have, but the ones who haven't, please go subscribe to her. This will be almost my last shout out, but anyways, she's very, very nice and has lots of giveaways, and I won this at giveaways. There's actually 4 patterns. So the funny thing about this was the way it worked is it folds, and so I just taped it in. I watched Stitchman Darcy, and he just tapes things in his frame, so I thought, why not? But when I went to do this, I fold it, you can fold it either way, and I fold it like this, and my husband's like, well, why would it open like that? That's weird. That's backwards. That doesn't make any sense. And then just clued in that but it's a nice design. Like, it makes it really easy to finish because you can fully fold it, and you could glue it or do whatever. You could put some nice trim, and then you fold it back down. So there you go. And then the next one I did, I also taped in. Some people are going to think it's so sacrilege. Is I just had a frame, and now this frame does not have the backing for hanging, but it's got a little ridge, and so I got one of those hooks, and I'm just sticking it in the hook, but because it's just the glass, I've just gone around the glass and I've just taped. So it's done really quick and easy. But there you go. This is was a Christmas countdown, the first year ever Totes did Christmas countdowns. I did not buy the package, they just sold the actual pattern. So I did the pattern, and it was like done a band. You did down and then you did, and I just picked my own colors, and I did it kind of randomly. I did this was not last Flossmas, but the Flossmas before. I would just roll, or I did spin, and then when I got the color, or until I did the color just once. I had 25 colors in here. So there you go. That was a modern folk embroidery. I don't know if it has a name, but that was the Christmas countdown of, I want to say 2022, but I'm not sure. There you go. Okay, those are my FFOs. Yeah, what's next? We got to keep to our agenda here. A giveaway. So I'm going to start doing a giveaway each week. So first giveaway is once again KEB Studio Creations. So I would love it if you actually subscribe to her before to be entered in the giveaway. And maybe that's the word, subscribed, subscribed, subscribe or subscribed. I read the entries and then I put them in. But this is what I'm giving away, is Plaid Autumn. So she was super generous, and I received all of her plaid series, and now I'm passing on the goodness. So it was a fun stitch. They're gorgeous. Look at those plaids. It's obviously a pumpkin and a oak leaf and an acorn, but very fun stitches. And one thing I found with doing these, because there are quarter stitches in here, is I got good at quarter stitches. So you probably can do it on Aida, but I would do it on a 28 count or 32 count or 36 count on a even weave or linen, just because it's easier for the quarter stitch. I've done them all on even weaves, and so, but yeah, I have gotten better at quarter stitches. I am not scared of them at all, not at all. So Plaid Autumn giveaway. If you want to be entered, just say subscribed, whatever. Doesn't matter to me. Okay, next on my list is what's coming up. So I have, where did I put it? Oh, where did I put it? Here, it's here. Like I said, I'm trying to go through my whips, and so I got my 12 by 12s. I got 3 to work on next week, so that's plenty. And so I'll probably work on 1 or 2, and then I'll get to my whips, because my whips are my focus. But the next one to work on is Stitching Shelf. This is a mini. This is Heaven and Earth Designs by Amy Stewart. Stitching Shelf Mini. And so I was just going across the spring. So there you go. So I will put 2,025 stitches into that. I would not recommend ever doing an Amy Stewart in a mini. You lose too much detail. She has so much detail. Just don't do it. It doesn't work. And so it's frustrating. You can kind of see the things, but some things they just don't come to life as they would if it was a regular size. So that's just my suggestion. Oh, I don't have a needle minder, but I have a needle hanging. Wonder why I don't have a needle minder. Oh, that might be part of a needle minder. Okay, let's just stick that into the stitches for now. And we'll figure out what we got all down here eventually. Okay, and then I'm saving my big finish. I got one more finish to show you. Not an FFO by finish, but I'm saving it for last. So once Jimmy was finished, I got several things to show you. I needed a new start for snowy days. And so you wouldn't have known I was actually in this stitch along, but I did start this Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Arctic Animals. And so I am going to, so this is a needle minder I was gifted. Oh, look at all them white threads. Let's just clean this up a bit. We're gonna stick this up here. Make this a little bit easier to see. So any snow day, I'm putting 405 stitches in. So if I get 5 snow days, then I got my 2025. If not, I'll finish it off at the end of the year. let's just use that box again. That box worked good. So there you go. I am putting in the, so like I said, this was a needle minder from I Swear I'm Stitching, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. And I put in the Scots Gaelic for the animals. So this is Ulrus, Lamalin for the gophers, Sinach, and Schneck, which is the snow hares. Schneck is snow, and caribou. I don't know if I'm pronouncing them right, but there you go. So that's, so we've gone up. Gosh, it's hard to see. And we're doing a mountain here. So there you go. It's coming along. So you'll see that on the snow days. I think we're still in for some winter. I think we're gonna get a few more snow days. Oops, sorry. Coming up. Okay, I'm gonna just throw this down here. I got a lot to clean up and find. Okay. Let's show you my temperature stitching. So this is Sarah Stitching Mommy's specialty stitch. That's the queen stitch. And as you can see, this one I did this morning, and that's for a high of -7, -8, I think. So there you go. Those are the specialty stitches there. It was interesting. I was watching the Owl Stitcher, Karen, and she was saying how, you know, the very first one's not a very good one, that she wants to leave them all in, never correct them, because it shows the progression, and they do get a lot easier as you go. But actually my first one's probably my best one, because I was so taking my time, and then near the middle I kind of got a little sloppy, and now I just got a routine, so it's all good. So there you go. So there's my temperature stitching, and then I'm in the Heaven and Earth Designs Cell 2025, and I am working on Steampunk Portal. And so I'm excited because I'm doing the diagonal, and I just got a little bit down here to finish this diagonal, and then my next diagonal goes to the bottom of the page. I'm aiming for 6-page finishes, but I'm just gonna work on it as I can. So I try to put in 150 stitches a day. And then my big finish, which I said I was gonna do. I almost couldn't come on until I did this. Was one of my whips. This was my 4th whip in doing 2025. This is Christmas Jewel by Just Nan. It's a horrible front cover picture. Just Nan, Christmas Jewel. I will be giving it away, but not yet. I have to go through and make sure I haven't missed anything. One thing, we were down in Yarmouth one time, and they have a store there, and I bought beading needles, these really long ones. Their heads are easy to thread, and they work really well. So remember, I would really recommend beading needles, because I've been trying other things and they haven't worked as well. There is so much bling in this. So it actually took me a long time to finish. So there is beads all around there. There's beads through. There's beads in the center. That's Swarovski crystal. There's a big, huge Swarovski crystal right here in this center here. I don't know if you can see it. And then I've done lots of back stitching with Krynic and with Diamond. It is a sparkly one. I'm going to pause and just turn the light on to see if we can catch the light. Okay, let's see if we can catch the shine a little bit. But that is it. So it actually, I only had some stitching. I had this whole box to finish, and I didn't think that was much, but then there was all this. This was done with, what's it called? Where'd the thing go? It's called, What is it? Ecru silken cordonnet. Ecru silken cordonnet. Not sure who makes it. It was just came in a little bag, and it was really, because it's silk, it was really easy to work, except it was really hard to read your crosses. It was kind of, but anyways, that is Christmas Jewel. Don't know how I'm going to finish it, but there you go. Pretty blingy. Pretty blingy. And I don't know why we always keep trying and trying to show the shine. But there you go. Christmas Jewel. So I might do that in a hoop finish just because of all the beads. And it would hang up easily. So we'll see how that goes. So I think that is everything. I got a big mess around me. Yeah, so Olive is doing great. She is almost right back to where she was before the stroke. We're back on to, we give her saline shots to, because she's in kidney failure. And so I think it helps flush out. You give the saline shot and then it gets taken up in her bloodstream and it flushes out some of the bad, because her kidney can't filter out, I think, nitrogen and potassium, I believe. And so it filters out, it helps flush it out a bit. But she's doing great. She's doing great. When it's windy, like when we have those big gusty winds, she freaks out a bit over the wind. But she was a bit better this time. One of us is always sleeping with her. So I usually sleep with her. And then if she wakes up in the middle of the night, I go up and get the husband. He takes her out and I get in the bed, and he ends up often just staying up because it's usually 4 or 6 a.m. So he doesn't mind getting up early. I would go back to bed. I do go back to bed. I didn't go to my fiber group this week because it was a big snowstorm. It was called for snow, and it was a beautiful sunny day in the morning. It was just blue skies, no cloud, and they were calling for all this snow, and it seemed to have just hit our Bay of Fundy. But it was coming down hard. That was just yesterday. And so I'm glad I didn't go because I would have been freaking out. Also, it's just because it's so cold. I don't know about the foot, and I'm just scared of slipping on ice. But I will go out with my husband occasionally. He usually says if it's good footing or not. And I do have good boots that have been better this year. So mostly I'm just sitting at home, stitching, as you can see. So I think that's it. I've shouted out a lot of people here, so whether I remember to put them in the Dropbox, I'll try. Maybe I'll make some notes. I should make notes as I go, but I didn't. So that's it for me for now. I'll get back to my stitching and see what I can get to you next week and see how things go. So take care, everybody, and don't forget, if you want to be entered into the draw for Plaid Autumn, just go subscribe to Karen and tell me that you subscribed. Let me know. And if you are working on Christmas Moose, let me know. I hope a couple of people said that the tutorial was helpful, and that's all I wanted, to help one person out there because I was frustrated. So take care, everybody, and we'll chat with you later. We'll see you next week. Bye.